Bolliger and Mabillard explained. Bolliger and Mabillard, often abbreviated to just B&M, is a Swiss roller coaster manufacturer famous for their reliable and high quality attractions. As of 2018, the company has installed over 100 roller coasters around the globe, making them one of the leading manufacturers in the amusement attraction industry. B&M itself was founded in 1988 by both Walter Bolliger and Claude Mabillard. Initially, Bolliger and Mabillard worked together, both as engineers for the amusement ride manufacturer Giovanola. Giovanola was often subcontracted to construct roller coasters for Intamin, leading to all the Intamin rides looking similar to their B&M counterparts. However, in 1987, Walter and Claude left Giovanola to create their own business, Bolliger and Mabillard Consulting Engineers. Interestingly, their original intention was to cease the production of amusement rides, avoiding the attractions altogether. This resulted in the company's first project being to create a rotating platform for a restaurant on top of a Swiss mountain. However, their ideals were short-lived. Six Flags Great America requested for B&M to construct new trains for Rolling Thunder, a roller coaster at the park. The company agreed, and the trains were manufactured. At the same point in time, Great America was also looking to build a new roller coaster. The park initially offered the contract to Walter and Claude, giving them the opportunity to make their first independent roller coaster. However, there was a problem. The company had no way of fabricating the track pieces required for the new ride. Their solution? Clermont Steel Fabricators. B&M requested the steel company to manufacture the track for their new ride, Iron Wolf. Clermont Steel Fabricators agreed, starting the long relationship the two companies still have to this day. All track manufactured by Bolliger and Mabillard has been done so at the Clermont Steel Fabricating Factory. Iron Wolf, the Swiss company's first roller coaster, opened to the public in 1990. The ride is a stand-up coaster, similar to the ones manufactured by Intamin, in which Walter and Claude helped to design. Instantly, it received critical acclaim, allowing B&M to step foot in the competitive roller coaster market. At this point, the company looked to find the next big thing. Under secrecy, the two engineers set out designing a roller coaster like no other. After 2 long years, B&M unveiled Batman the Ride, the world's first inverted roller coaster. Unlike traditional rides, which seat guests above the track, Walter and Claude's new design saw riders hang below it. These concepts had been used before on the suspended coasters of the time. However, these attractions were restricted to non-inverting layouts. B&M's inverted coaster could navigate inversions, therefore allowing for a more thrilling ride experience. Naturally, the attraction was a huge success. The inverted roller coaster quickly gained momentum, causing many parks to install the new type of ride experience. As a result, the inverted coaster model currently resides as B&M's most popular, with over 30 installations worldwide. Amid the production of the inverted coaster, Walter and Claude continued to produce their first model, the stand-up coaster. However, not all parks desired the interesting ride experience a stand-up train provided. In 1993, Bolliger and Mabillard constructed Kumba, the company's first standard sit-down roller coaster. The ride not only featured the world's first pair of interlocking corkscrews, but also a dive loop in which riders undergo a brief rotation before completing the second half of a traditional loop. Similar to the inverted coaster, the ride and model was an initial success. However, interest in the B&M sit-down coaster deteriorated after 1999. As the Swiss company developed over time, so too did their lineup of attractions. Ultimately, Walter and Claude's later flawless coaster model arguably killed the standard sit-down equivalent. Interestingly, the original stand-up roller coaster model also underwent the same fate. After an initial burst of popularity, the model became outdated in 1999 with the introduction of the flawless coaster. Popularity in stand-up roller coasters has decreased further in recent years as parks have converted their stand-up trains to flawless equivalents. Leading up to the invention of the flawless roller coaster, Walter and Claude installed a mixture of new attractions across the world. Specifically, 1994 resulted in the debut of Nemesis, Europe's first B&M roller coaster. The ride, which is an inverted coaster, remains one of the company's most iconic to this day due to its sheer intensity and fantastic ride layout. Several years prior to the invention of the floorless coaster model, B&M quietly worked with John Wardley, a British attraction designer, on a whole new type of project, the dive coaster. Unlike traditional roller coasters of the time, which often featured long drawn-out drops, the B&M dive coaster didn't. Riders were held for several seconds at the highest point of the attraction before plummeting down a near vertical drop. To provide all guests with a fantastic view of the drop below, the dive coaster features wide trains, often seating between 6 and 10 guests per row. Oblivion at Alton Towers in the United Kingdom became the world's first dive coaster. Initially, the new model was a slow success. Although Oblivion obtained long queue times as it marvelled the public, other theme parks didn't seem quite as impressed. It took 7 years for another park to purchase a new and unique version of the dive coaster. However, the model has gained traction over the recent years. Since 2015, a considerable number of new dive machines have been constructed, with more set to debut in the near future. A single year after the debut of the dive coaster saw the introduction of 2 new roller coaster models. In 1999, the Swiss company unveiled both the floorless coaster and the hypercoaster. Firstly, the previously mentioned floorless coaster model mirrors the standard sit-down coaster in all but train design. Unlike B&M's sit-down trains, floorless trains lack the conventional floor found in front of the rider's seats. This results in an increased sense of freedom as the legs of guests dangle as they navigate the course. The first of the model debuted as Medusa, now Bizarro, at Six Flags Great Adventure. The floorless coaster became an instant success, resulting in 10 installations within the first 5 years. However, as the competition within the traditional sit-down roller coaster market has increased, interest in the floorless coaster model has diminished. Fortunately, the same can't be said of the company's second new model of 1999, the hypercoaster. B&M's hypercoaster is specifically designed to provide airtime moments to the guests on board. The model features many large hills, which cause riders to feel weightlessness for brief periods of time. This sensation is heightened as the model utilizes lap bar restraints, providing a comfortable and open ride experience. Apollo's Chariot, located at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, became the first hypercoaster, taking guests on a journey through the park's dense forest. The company's hypercoaster model has been a huge success, leading to consistent installations at various theme parks around the world. Aside from new roller coaster models, Walter and Claude debuted 2 of their most well-known roller coasters at the opening of a new theme park in 1999. Located at Universal Studios Islands of Adventure at the time of opening was Dragon Challenge, the company's first and only pair of dueling roller coasters, and the Incredible Hulk, B&M's first launched roller coaster. Interestingly, however, the launch itself was manufactured by an external company. Unfortunately for fans of Dragon Challenge, the ride no longer exists at the park, as it was removed in 2017. During and even prior to the debut of the many new attractions of 1999, the Swiss company were developing something revolutionary. Similar to the production of the dive coaster, B&M worked with John Wardley to produce an all-new roller coaster experience. Under extraordinary secrecy, Walter, Claude, and John began designing the flying coaster. In 2002, after years of work, the team produced Air, the world's first B&M flying coaster. The ride, now named Galactica, seats guests in a prone position, giving them the sensation of flight as they navigate the course. To do this, the trains of the ride pivot from inverted to flying position before leaving the station. Due to its unique nature and incredible ride experience, the flying model has been a success, resulting in over 10 installations worldwide. For the remainder of the decade, Walter and Claude continued to construct and develop their existing roller coaster models. Then, in 2011, the company debuted another new type of roller coaster. B&M constructed Raptor, a wing coaster, at Gardaland in Italy. Unlike conventional roller coasters, B&M's wing coaster seats riders over the side of the track, giving the illusion that they are freely suspended in the air. The roller coaster model as a whole often interacts with objects surrounding its track in near-miss moments to enhance the ride experience. Similar to many of the company's other models, the wing coaster has been a success. Currently, 6 new installations are scheduled to open during the 2018 and 2019 seasons alone. As B&M has developed over time, so too has their individual models. In 2012, the Swiss company debuted Leviathan, a 93-metre, 306-foot hypercoaster, their first to surpass the 300-foot height barrier. This was followed by Fury 325, a second, taller hypercoaster in 2015. As both of these rides measure over 300 feet high, they are classified as the company's only gigacoasters. However, B&M doesn't always go big for that matter. The most recent new addition to the company's portfolio of models has been on the smaller scale. B&M introduced the family inverted coaster in 2014, allowing younger riders to enjoy the thrills of an inverted coaster without the intense inversions. The model often features gradual descents and sweeping turns, making it similar to rides offered by other roller coaster manufacturers. Due to strict competition within this area of theme park attractions, B&M have constructed only one of their new model, with a second set for completion at some point during the 2018 season. The final and most recent development of the roller coaster company has revolved around launches. B&M independently constructed Thunderbird, a wing coaster featuring an LSM launch system in 2015. Thunderbird became the first launch coaster built entirely by the Swiss company, making further, similar attractions much more likely in the near future. Fortunately for those looking to identify Bolliger and Mabillard's roller coasters, their track design has remained relatively consistent. B&M always utilised a distinctive box design for the spine portion of their track. 2 rails can be found either side of the spine, which are connected by a series of cross ties. The general shape of the track remains consistent from model to model. However, the size and often thickness of the central spine changes depending on the roller coaster in question. For example, dive coasters feature huge track pieces to accommodate for the heavier and denser train. The Swiss company's roller coasters can often be identified for other reasons also. Many B&M roller coasters feature a pre-drop, a small dip in the track immediately after the end of the chain lift hill. This pre-drop occurs before the main drop, allowing for the train to disengage from the chain. Ultimately, this was done to reduce stress on the chain lift as the train crests the hill. However, alternate designs have allowed B&M to remove the once iconic pre-drop from their modern-day roller coaster editions. Unlike many other amusement ride manufacturers, Walter and Claude's company are solely a producer of roller coasters. They offer no dark or flat ride products, but have previously fabricated trains for other non-B&M roller coasters. This includes Cyclone, a now defunct wooden coaster, as well as the world's longest roller coaster, Steel Dragon 2000. Within the entire amusement park industry, Bolliger and Mabillard are known for their reliable and high-quality products. Many of their rides are designed with efficiency and consistency in mind, making them a great choice for most theme parks. At the expense of this quality comes cost, as B&M rides are often more expensive compared to other roller coaster manufacturers. However, many established parks are willing to pay the price for a reliable and durable product that stands the test of time. As only a single B&M attraction has been entirely demolished, these factors play a large part of the selection process. The desire for quality is often reflected in the developments B&M make as a company. The manufacturer doesn't often push the forefront of what roller coasters can do, but B&M do what they do incredibly well. While other companies, like Intamin, break boundaries and create a mixture of both successful and unsuccessful rides, B&M consistently manufacture great attractions that everyone can enjoy. Looking to the future, Walter and Claude currently have a large number of construction projects within China, a rapidly growing theme park market, suggesting that B&M's success as a company will undeniably continue over the next few years. The real question, however, surrounds their portfolio. Hopefully in the future, Bolliger and Mabillard can continue to expand their attraction lineup by introducing newer and more exciting roller coaster models. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. If you'd like an insight into CoasterBot videos before they go live, be sure to follow me on Twitter, as well as Facebook and Instagram. The links to all 3 can be found in the description below.